are substantial for the poor, the aged, and the public sector workers. With all the billions of provisions to continue to build prosperity for the privileged few. Mr. Speaker, the appropriate theme for Budget 2024 should have been nothing for the needy, building prosperity for a privileged few. Mr. Speaker, we all know that in 2023, the citizens of Guyana had to face challenges of the high rise of cost of living. It was a struggle throughout the year to make ends meet. In December 2023, the minister responsible for finance, Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh, announced an inadequate 6.5% across the board increase in salary for public sector workers and government pension, along with cash grant of $25,000 to cushion the pressure of high cost of living. Mr. Speaker, this is how government demonstrated its commitment to ensure that all categories of workers enjoy a continuously improving standard of living, improve opportunities, and a brighter prospect for the future. In a country with the fastest growing economy, with a GDP of 33% in 2023, surpassing the projected 25.1%, our government could only provide our hardworking public servants with 6.5% increase at the end of the year. Our workers waited 12 months before they could have enjoyed the increase in salary. Not only that, Mr. Speaker, a public servant earning $1 million would have received $65,000 per month and would have received $780,000 retroactive pay. A worker earning $80,000 would have received a mere $5,200 per month. The government boasts in putting more money in the pockets of the workers. We know the ones who are earning $1 million and above, please, Your Honor. We do not have to get a torchlight to see the day whose pockets are being filled. Mr. Speaker, our economy is expected to expand at an even faster rate this year. GDP growth is projected at 34.3%. We are told that Budget 24 has an allocation of $121.4 billion for wages and salaries for central government workers, including a salary increase that will be announced later this year. Why do we have to wait, Mr. Speaker? Give the hardworking public servant their increase now. Mr. Speaker, one cannot doubt that the prices of basic food items and other basic necessities have increased. A 10 kg parboiled rice now costs between $2,200 and $2,300. A 400-gram foreign leaf milk powder, $800. Chicken, prorated to $500 per pound. Eggs, $1,600 per tray. Plantains, $250. Edos, $300. Sweet potatoes, $400. And these were the price at the Saudi market last Sunday. Our citizens have to face this high price every single day. Cost of living is expected to continue to rise in 2024. Mr. Speaker, government with a good conscience should have made the announcement now and pay the workers their increase in salary. In a country with the fastest growing economy, with an economy that surpassed its projected GDP last year, and an economy that is set to expand at a fast rate this year, there's no reason why our public servants should wait until the end of this year to receive any increase in salary the government intends to provide. Mr. Speaker, as I said earlier, let the workers have their increase now. Mr. Speaker, we have seen an alarming increase in vehicle accidents and road fatalities on our road throughout our country. There have been over 170 fatalities in 2023. And we already have a number of deaths on our road for this year. Just a few hours ago, Mr. Speaker, there was an accident at Vredenhoek. These accidents are claiming the lives of our citizens. Speeding and careless use of the road is claiming the lives of our young people. Government seems not to have a plan to curb the carnage on our road. Mr. Speaker, we need to have increased police presence on our roadways. We have to get cameras to capture infringement and the use of the images to aid prosecution. We have to have a continuous road safety education and find ways to curb the indiscipline by road users. This government needs to take a drastic action to make our roads safe again. However, Budget 2024 seems not to address the challenges that is faced by our people. Mr. Speaker, we also have seen several buildings in our country destroyed by fire in 2023. We had fire destroying homes already this year. Government has removed VAT and duty from fire extinguishers and smoke alarms. We do hope that this measure will reduce the fires in our country in the future. Mr. Speaker, there is a need also for a comprehensive educational program to sensitize the citizens of fire safety. Mr. Speaker, there's an allocation this year's budget for the construction of a fire station at Charity to complement the one at Regina. We in Region 2 welcome this development. However, we need another facility to be built at the southern half of the region between Queenstown and Supernam, where this will enable the fire service to respond to fire on the southern half of the coast in a timely manner. Mr. Speaker, university students and potential university students are disappointed. They are still waiting for the promise made to them by this government to make education at the University of Guyana free. This is the 4th year of this government in office, and they have taken no steps so far to provide free university education, failing to fulfill its promise to this nation. Mr. Speaker, how long should our students wait to receive free university education? When will this government fulfill its promise? With a $1.146 trillion budget, this government could have afforded free university education for our students this year. Mr. Speaker, the University of Guyana graduates welcome the announcement by the Honorable Minister of Finance regarding the outstanding student loan write-off. Graduates are eagerly awaiting the announcement of the criteria and commencement of the debt write-off. I do agree that graduates should serve our country for a period of time to be entitled for debt write-off. Let the graduate know what the criteria is for debt write-off, and let's start the process. Mr. Speaker, a large portion of the $1.146 trillion will be spent on infrastructural development and a small percentage on social development. There must be a balance between infrastructure development and social development. We in the APNU and AFC coalition believe that our citizens are the most important assets in our country, and that government should invest more in improving the well-being for our citizens and not to just provide the opportunity for the privileged few. Mr. Speaker, today, in a country with the fastest growing economy and with the budget of $1.146 trillion, government has increased old age pension, public assistance by $3,000 to help improve their standard of living. By $3,000 to help improve the standard of living of the old age and the less fortunate. Mr. Speaker, $46,000 is inadequate to maintain an elderly person in these times. Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to learn that out of the $1.146 trillion budget, government will be paying an increase in the National Insurance Scheme minimum pension, survivor's benefit, and invalidity pension, and contributing $550 million toward the payment of the one-off grant to persons with 700 to 749 contribution. Mr. Speaker, removing VAT and duty from firefighting equipment and reducing the cost of medical insurance will benefit the privileged few and not those who find it a challenge to put food on the table, find transportation to send their children to school, and find their monthly rent. These measures are intended to ease the pressure. These measures are not intended to ease the pressure of high cost of living on the ordinary Guyanese. Mr. Speaker, Essequibo belongs to Guyana. We, the citizens of Region 2, are steadfast and resolute that we are Guyanese. And Essequibo will always remain the largest county of this beautiful country of ours. Mr. Speaker, I wish to recognize that in this 12th Parliament, and if I'm correct, this is the first time that there are 4 Essequibians sitting in this National Assembly. Mr. Speaker, we share the pride of being Essequibians, and we are happy to represent the people of Region 2, even though we sit on the opposite side of this honorable house. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Ms. Kunja told us of the modern Abramsville School, Secondary School, which was commissioned last year. I wish to remind this House that it was the APNU plus AFC coalition government that have conceived, planned, and budget for the building of the Abramsville Secondary School. Mr. Speaker, if one examine budget, the 2018 estimates, one will find that APNU plus AFC had budgeted for the construction of the Abramsville Secondary School. Mr. Speaker, we are not told of the shortage of nursing staff at the Saudi hospital. We are not told that some of the nurses have to work 12-hour shift, and that relatives have to clean and feed their sick. Mr. Speaker, we were not told of the inconvenience faced by our people because one of the engines of the MV Canaman was out of commission for over 4 months. Mr. Speaker, the two ferries, the Sabanto and Canaman, are providing an essential service for us. These boats make 4 trips on 5 days, 5 trips in 2 days. We, the Escriban, depend on the service of these ferries, and governments must ensure that they are properly maintained. Mr. Speaker, our rice farmers continue to receive low prices for their paddy. They are complaining of the high cost of production and lack of government assistance. Farmers were promised half-bag fertilizer per acre by government to assist them in their cultivation for this crop. The farmers are still waiting for the fertilizer to be delivered so that they can be able to apply it to their present crop. Mr. Speaker, along the coast, we have complained. Mr. Speaker, farmers along the coast have complained that access dams leading to the backlands are in deplorable state. Drainage and irrigation trenches need cleaning. Farmers are calling on government to repair the dam and have these trenches cleaned so that they can have easy access and proper drainage irrigation to their fields. Mr. Speaker, in 2022, the people of Region 2 were promised the establishment of an industrial estate at Niming. In this year's budget, there's an allocation for the completion of the industrial estate at Esquivo. I've been trying to locate this facility without success. We would like to know exactly where this facility is and what percentage of this project has been completed so far. Mr. Speaker, I check. Mr. Speaker, the construction of the water treatment plant at Onanimian has commenced. We are eagerly waiting to have treated water coming from our taps. Last year, another water treatment plant was budgeted to be constructed in the area between the area of Charity to Walter Hall. Nothing has done yet, please, Your Honor. Again, this year, there's an allocation set aside for the construction of the said water treatment plant in the area of Walter Hall to Charity. We hope
Honorable
this year.
member, you'll need an extension to conclude.
Comrade Speaker, I do move that the honorable member be given 5 minutes to conclude his presentation.
Thank you, Chief Whip. Honorable
Thank you very much.
member, you can
Thank you,
continue.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we hope that this year we will see the reality of this project. Mr. Speaker, all of our people in the region are entitled to have clean water coming through their taps. So I urge this government to move fast and ensure that these facilities do not remain in the construction stage. Mr. Speaker, our most important asset of our country in a land of such bounty. Mr. Speaker, our citizens are the most important assets of our country in a land of such bounty. Government ought to employ a more realistic measure to ensure that our people receive direct benefit from our increasing wealth. With a large budget of 1.146 trillion, government ought to have done much more to improve the standard of living and well-being of every citizen in this country. Pensioners, the less fortunate, expect much more than $3,000. They were given. They are disappointed. The public sector worker expect much more than the increase in the income tax threshold. Public sector workers are left again to wonder what salary increase they will be, and how long they have to wait to receive it. Mr. Speaker, 2024 budget lacks the human touch, and it has no comprehensive plan of building prosperity for all. And under these circumstances, I am unable to support the passage of Budget 2024. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable